Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Cruising Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Cruz, and today is May 20th. Baby, we are 4 days away from Comicapalooza. Yeah, we're going to be in there like swimwear, if you know what I mean. Actually, I'm really just going to be there for, I don't even know how many years it's been. It's been so many years I've been at Comicapalooza. I lost count. You know what I'm saying? But this will be the second year in a row where the Cruising Podcast will be doing the live pod from the show floor, baby, at 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. I got a real pretty little thing that's waiting for me. Anticipating good love, don't keep me waiting. I got plans to put my hands in places I never been. You know what I mean? Let me take you to a place nice and quiet, and then ain't no one there to interrupt. Ain't gotta rush. I just wanna take it nice and slow. Baby, tell me what you gonna do to me. Okay, sorry, my fault. All right, I had to give y'all a little bit of my. I don't know. It was pretty bad. Actually, I heard my own voice doing it, and I'm like, that's not me. That's not Andrew. That ain't me. I'm sorry. Hey, man, I serenaded y'all with some Usher. All right, with some Usher. Okay, nice and slow. Great song. Love the song. Great song. I think he actually came out with that when he was in his teens, which gets a little weird, but it's fine. It's a good song. Otherwise, it was a great song. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, man, 7 o'clock at the George R. Brown Convention Center. If you are there, you're going to be square, baby. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to try to do either a live stream or later on, release a video of the pod from the show floor, hopefully there. We're going to figure it out because that's just what we do around here in the Cruise Podcast, figure things out. And hopefully, normally it turns out aces. No, it doesn't. That's a lie. It sometimes turns out aces. But, I mean, it might turn out aces. Who knows? But just in case, forgot to tell you guys where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finest. Ha ha! Woo! Let's go! I forgot to tell you guys the rundown of the show a little bit. I watched the whole series of Baby Reindeer. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit. And then also I'm going to highlight one of the podcasts that I had the pleasure of sharing the stage with at some point, but also who are going to be there live podcasting, which you guys should definitely go check out. Don't miss out. That's all I'm just telling you. Go check your schedules, look for these people, and then go have fun listening to them because they are everybody that I name throughout this whole week are very entertaining people that you are going to enjoy. I promise you. But let's start off with Baby Reindeer. Okay. So the show is an English show. All right. Oh, by the way, this is going to be probably a completely short show because it is hot as fuck in here. And I'm wearing a hoodie, which is not smart, but I'm wearing a hoodie anyway because I'm a fucking gangster. And that's what gangsters do. That's what we do, baby. Oh my gosh. Oh, I forgot the first 10 minutes. YouTube. No. Doggone it. Y'all know I'll edit this show. That's why I'm like, dang. Okay. Completely forgot where I lost complete track. Oh, Baby Reindeer. So let's talk about Baby Reindeer for a second. So it's about a guy that the crazy part is he did a nice gesture. He saw a lady come in there crying or like really lonely or something like that. And no, she was crying. And he offered her a tea. By the way, this is a 7-episode series. You're going to enjoy yourselves. The guy, his name is Donny. And short for Donald. And then he also dealing with Martha. Martha is apparently his stalker. Okay. Yeah, she was the stalker. Okay, let's be real. Apparently the real story is that she was the victim. I don't know. Apparently she had this is actually a real story. and this guy Donny is a comedian. And after he, he offered her the cup the cup of tea and all the rest of that stuff, they sparked a friendship. What he thought was a friendship. And she would come in every single day. She even lied in condoms saying that she was a lawyer. Ended up being true. She was a lawyer. Technically, she graduated with a bachelor's degree from law. I don't know what that means in England, but apparently in America, normally it means that you are qualified to be a lawyer. You still have to pass the bar to be an actual lawyer. But that's just neither here nor there. I don't know how England rules work. But she's kind of wasn't lying about that. Also, she's kind of a hoarder. To tell you all the truth, this was a great show. I thought they did an amazing job. Sorry. I thought they did an amazing job. For a guy that's trying to be a prop comic, I'm just, at this point, the comedy part was pretty bad. I hate prop comedy. The only person that actually pulled it off is, of course, Carrot Top. Carrot Top's probably the only one that actually pulled it off. But overall, the show was great. I thought they did an amazing job with really making them both seem like the bad guy. I'm not gonna lie, they both seem like the bad guy. He was kind of pandering to her to where, you knew that she had this tendency anyway to kind of like, oh, she's gonna call you, email you all the time, all the rest of this cool stuff. And it seems like even with some of the jokes he was saying to her, some of the things that he went about the story wise, it just felt like, oh, well, you're just giving her a carrot. You keep dangling the carrot in front of her. She's going to take it. And the reason why I like this show also, because it was kind of, I know it's going to sound crazy to y'all, but this kind of connects with me. It kind of connects because it was like watching a mirror of myself. I know. Hold on 1 second. First of all, I will never get drugged up. I did not get drugged up and get whatever happened to him with that guy, with the writer guy. Sorry. It'd be nice to be famous, but that's not the path that I will be taking. Secondly, I don't have a stalker. If I did, I don't know if that would be cool or not. Who knows? I mean, shit, if you are a stalker, just email me. Don't fucking sit outside my house for 18 hours. Like, dog, she sat outside my man's house for 18 hours. But when I say it's a mirror, he showed empathy. That was the first thing he did, that was the first thing he wrote actually in his book, or when he started writing. He said, I gave her a cup of tea, and my first feeling was I felt sorry for her. Pretty much empathy. And I'm a very empathetic person. As y'all probably heard from a couple podcasts ago, I'm empathetic. I care about people's well-beings and things like that. And me and him were kind of the same. Like, it's crazy because I'm sitting here watching, like, this is me. This is exactly me. Like, emotionally wise, this is me. I know that I like ladies. That's just complete. I didn't go out and experiment that, but I know for sure I like the ladies. This dude was experimenting. That was wild. But when I sat around and I'm sitting here watching, I'm just like, his empathy. And he wants to make everybody happy, which makes him a great comedian, actually. Actually, most comedians, that's kind of how they start, is that they're empathetic. They want to make the room smile. And they want to make sure that they're the ones bringing the light into the room. Even if he becomes center of attention, he still becomes, he wants to be the light of the room. But with Daniel, I'm Donald. With Donny, to me, where we also connect is that Keely was right. He said she said it right. His ex-girlfriend, she said it. She was like, "Yo, you just like drama." It can be whatever. It's just, you just like drama. To me, I equate that to, he likes chaos. Like, if life is too calm, if it's too just baseline, because he does have a baseline time during this show, something, it's not comfortable. It's not a comfortable feeling. Like, I'm comfortable in chaos. I don't know what it is. It's just like, and I'm sorry, I'm going to equate this to a past relationship, or I don't know, past relationship. And what was crazy is that you know, her side of, like, when we're talking on the phone, it get really loud and gets like chaotic at some points because got kids. Some had kid, she has kids, and it gets a lot. It gets loud. They're having fun. This, that, and the third. It's just like that felt peaceful for some reason. I don't know why. It get really loud. I might even be deaf in one ear. Who knows? But at the same time, it's like for me, it was that chaos brought peace for some reason. I don't know why. But also, when the things happened, it was like that chaos was like, yeah, I went through my whole little struggle mentally, but at the same time, it was like, oh, you, this is, you got comfortable. Oh, we got to throw another wrench in this bad boy. And so I see where Donnie kind of it keeps going back. He kept going back to Martha. You know what I'm saying? Because Martha was the chaos. You can see why Donnie kept going back to the writer, because the writer brought chaos to his life, not drama. Drama did come with Martha, and drama also, of course, came with the writer. But at the end of the day, they created chaos in his life, and that's where he was comfortable with. Keely was peace. Terry was her name. Terry was peace. That was his peace. You know what I mean? That was peaceful times. And the problem is that that's uncomfortable for him. I know that feeling. Now I can to see it from like watching TV and seeing it with my own eyes. I'm like, and it hit me at the end of it because he kept going back. He was, and when he finally, I don't want to spoil. Kind of spoiler alert. I want a little bit of spoiler here, but of course, this does. I mean, it's either ending one or two ways if they're doing this. If they're doing a TV show, either he's dead or she's alive. You know what I mean, or she goes to jail. So, do what you will with that one. But at the end, he's trying to. He's even like going back and listening to past like voicemails or reading past emails because it creates an uncertainty and it creates that chaos that he needs, and that sense of like, oh, she brought. And the crazy part is like he's comfortable with that. Like I don't. And at the end, you see his empathy come back. You throughout the whole thing, you hear his empathy. He keeps going back because he empathizes with her. He, I mean, she's lonely. She's this, that, and the third. But I mean, she just said that she's going to kill a bunch of people if I don't call her or whatever. She's calling my parents. Like I say this, like I always say, and I know I say this jokingly, but at the same time, I kind of don't. I mean, kind of, it's cool with me if that's what it is. But I'm like, man, hey, man, the chick, I'm sure the woman that I will marry, I would have to worry about my life. Okay. Like I want it to be a dangerous type deal. Like if I just like put the sheets in one, it might get a little dangerous. All right. I like it. I mean, it's danger of the whole thing. It sounds fun for me. But no, no, but seriously though, for him, it was like, it's intoxicating for some reason. It sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but I would say it's a normal, not normal. Okay, not normal. It ain't a normal fucking feeling to have where your life has to get turned the fuck upside down for you to be comfortable. Like hitting rock bottom is a comfortable place. It's like hitting a bunch of pillows for most people, but hitting a bunch of fucking rocks is just like, oh, okay. Now, this is where this begins. Okay, cool. Most people, that's where like the ending of the bad times, or what, like the ending of the good times happen. That's where the good times begin. That's the difference between us chaotic people and peaceful people. That's why I've always said this to myself. I don't ever think I said this out loud. It's just like I need a problem to solve. I need to be in. For some reason, I have to have animosity. I know. I understand that's not a good way to run around in life and things like that. I completely understand that. I know people are gonna be, oh, well, what the fuck? No, I think I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I did the live Comicpalooza. That whole day, I was very calm. It was a calm day. I took the ashwagandha, and I think that like chilled my brain out. And when I was watching other podcasters, I was just like, because there was a couple of podcasters that were up before I went, and I was just like, oh, they're having, okay, so they know what, yeah, okay. And you just get calm. I'm just like, oh, I'm calm. Okay, cool. I'm like, all right, let's get it. All right, yeah, all right. And then freeze the fuck up. See, this might sound crazy to y'all, but like when I studied for school, whenever I study at school, like if it was a quiet area, it fucks me up. Actually, it's very weird. I know it sounds weird, but like I can't sit inside of a library and read a book. I can't. It doesn't. It bothers me. It bores the shit out of me because there's nothing going on around me. But I put some music on, maybe some rap music. I ain't gonna lie, it would be like rap or like maybe or what is it? The fucking type of rock music. It's a different type of rock music, but and now right now, sometimes a little bit of country, but I have to do that that actually helps me. My brain is so jumbled for sometimes that it actually puts me in the right direction, puts me on the right track. I don't know why it's like this, but I can understand. But it made me understand Donny a lot more. Like he did do some stupid shit. Let's just be real for a second. Like he did some dumb shit during the whole thing, and you sit there and you're just like, yeah, he's doing dumb things, and I don't know why he keeps going back. I don't understand it. I'm sitting here watching. I'm just like, I know why he keeps going back. It's danger. It's the danger, dog. I don't want to be like endangered, but like it's dangerous. It's a lot. It's messy over there. It's easier over there. It's easy to be in the mess. Like even though he's getting pissed off, he's like, all right, yeah, this is baseline. This is neutral. This is our chaos neutral right here. Is this. And it's crazy that it never got to a point to where maybe he got kidnapped or maybe he was maybe you never know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to spoil too much, but I like that I could relate to that character. I like that the character actually showed me like, yo, yeah, there ain't no way to fix this, dog. It's been 34 years of it. We're just gonna continue to roll with it and figure it out. You know what I mean? Like that's what I always say. Like, I think it'd be crazy if you find out. Like, I know some people don't believe in astrological signs, but like if his astrological sign is like a Cancer or a water sign, it makes sense. That just go with the flow. Like the flow is chaos, is a fucking wave 10,000 feet in the air, ready to hit, crash down. And that's normal. It's a baseline feeling for us. I'm there. I know that. I know that complete feeling. It does bring me peace. Like I tell people, man, I have to have the TV on before I go to bed. I have to there has to be some type of noise. Like that's probably because I lived in the city for so long that I can understand it. And also I'm afraid of the dark. But that's a whole different story. Y'all over here just don't laugh at me. All right. Hey, look, I'm getting vulnerable with y'all with my fears. Okay. So don't do that. All right. Don't judge me. You're damn right. I'm scared of the dark. Dog on it. Shit. Ain't gonna fuck man. You scared of the dark too. All right. I'm gonna look. Yeah, you. Yeah. You're pointing at yourself. Yeah, you might look a little crazy right now. That's cool. But you are scared of the dark. You know what I mean? Shit. Fuck, man. You ain't gonna judge me. Damn it. But yeah, go check out Baby Reindeer is on Netflix. It's actually very well done. It's a really well constructed story. Now, the only thing I do have to say, the only thing I wish is that we got more of a backstory about Martha. I would have liked to see that. I would have liked to have more of a backstory for her. I know hopefully it's not spoiling too much, but like we never get really a backstory of her. It's really the situation at hand with them, and you go a little bit. But I think the play was written in Donnie's point of view. It was never written in Martha's, and also shows that he's a little narcissistic, also because look, we never get a backstory of her, and y'all talked for how many hours per day? Like, she used to stay from the beginning of his shift to the end of his shift. There's no way she never tells you about your life. There's no way she never tells you about her life, especially during the morning times. Who the fuck is in a bar in the mornings? Okay, just putting it out there. But like I said, go check it out, Baby Reindeer. It was a great show. You're gonna enjoy it. Y'all gonna enjoy it all the way through. That's all I can really say about it, man. I really liked it. Clearly, I just, you know what I mean, but I related to him. And if you watch Donny, that's me. I ain't gonna lie, except for the, getting drugged up and shit happening to me, and also a stalker. I haven't had that or any of the other things that he does, except for the straight stuff. That's him. I don't experiment like that. I'm just talking about emotional shit, okay, and also mentality type shit. Just putting it out there. Just making sure everybody knows. There's nothing wrong with it. I ain't saying nothing. Yeah, hey. Not just in case people want to try to come after me. I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. Do your thing, baby. If you want to go out and experiment, baby, do your thing. Do your thing. But I'm not experimenting shit. Okay. I know what I like. I know what I love. And that's what we're gonna roll with. Okay, cool beats. All right. Before I talk about this podcast, I just want to make sure to like kind of put like a little distance between a little bit. But yeah. We're gonna talk about I forgot to put this in the rundown also, but it will be spoken about for a couple seconds. The Tom Brady roast. I watched 3 hours of people roasting Tom Brady. It was fucking awesome. I truthfully dislike Tom Brady with every fiber in my being, but it was fun. It actually takes a lot of balls for somebody like him to actually go and say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna go have people talk shit about me for the next 3 hours." You know what I mean? And talk shit about his divorce. Like every 2 seconds, somebody was talking about his divorce. And I would have to say this: if I had a ranking system, for the NFL players that came up and the athletes that came up, I would say Julian Edelman did the best out of all of them. Julian Edelman did a great job. Ben Affleck, I just wanted him to be funny, but he really wasn't. Okay, let's be real. Will Ferrell coming out as Ron Burgundy, amazing, of course. He just seemed like he didn't have the energy though. Like he didn't feel like the Ron Burgundy energy. Like it seemed like it was like a serene Ron energy. Like he's definitely older type Ron Burgundy type deal. Still love it. Y'all know me, man. I'm an Anchorman fan. I'm a big Anchorman fan. So just put it out there. But yeah, he just didn't seem like that guy anymore. Like it was like very weird to watch him like that. And then yeah, so I'll say Julian Edelman definitely, I think, held it down as the football player. I know they fucking did the teleprompter and things like that. Gronk seemed like he was nervous. Like he really might have not been able to read the teleprompter. Like he might have gotten too sauced too at the same time. I think he might have got a little too sauced. Might be the case. Randy wasn't too bad. I think he harped on not getting the rain thing a little bit too long. But that's about it. I think that, yeah, I think Julian was the best out of all the pro football players. Now let's go to the comedians. Nikki Glazer and Tony Hinchcliffe. If there's a Mount Rushmore right now, if there's a new like hierarchy, if we're doing roast for now, if there's a hierarchy for roasting, it's Nikki Glazer, Kevin Hart, Tony Hinchcliffe. It's those three right now. Okay, those three. That there's no argument here. If you can argue with your fucking self, Jeff Ross is horrible. I don't care what anybody tells me. I don't care. Jeff Ross is not a good roast master. I'm sorry. And for him to be like that's his thing, he's really not fucking good. Sam J was if I'm ranking comedian wise, she might have been the worst out of the comedians. Let's be honest. If we're gonna be honest, I'm gonna be honest. She was the worst out of them. Nikki was the best though, for real. I think Nikki and Tony were like up there. I think Kevin had so much, screen time, of course, because he was the host. But if we're talking just straight roasting, and like if we're going to leave Kevin Hart out of it because he was the host of everything, I would say Nikki probably number one, Tony number two. Tom and Bert were kind of funny. Like I don't. They never. Tom's more of the roaster. I would say Tom is more of a roasting type deal. Where they went about it was like, okay, y'all should have did something else. But everybody has been glazing. Like a bunch of podcasters have been glazing the fuck out of Andrew Schultz this whole time. The whole time. I'm sitting here watching. I'm just like expecting greatness because they were like, "Yeah, man, Andrew Schultz, man, that guy right there, man, he killed it. That man, he was the best, not the best, but he killed it, man. He did a great job. He did this, that, and the third." Overrated. It was an overrated set. I'm sorry. It was a very much overrated set. It wasn't, no, fuck that. If we're going to be honest, if y'all want me to be honest, I'm a big comic fan. I'm a big comedy fan. I wanted to laugh. Some of his shit just wasn't funny. I just, sorry. I think that if Sam Jay's, he was definitely second to last out of, actually, I'll give him third. I think Bert and Tom it was an okay set. I didn't like the psychopath comparison shit. I was like, okay, that was all right. That was you compared to serial killers. Like I've been saying, motherfuckers like him have serial killer mindset. I've always said some shit like that. But Schultz was like, to me, it was mediocre for roasting. I think I would have put Shane Gillis up there. Shane Gillis, I like that Shane Gillis. Everybody else is dressed up for the occasion. This dude, pure Philadelphian, pure white guy from Philadelphia, is wearing a hoodie, a Nike hoodie, it still has like the pedo has like the pedo mustache. Like I don't know. I would have put Shane Gillis up there. I truly do. I think Shane would have definitely pulled that off, but I think it would have been too many Philadelphians. But yeah, man, I overall though the roast was good. I think they did a really good job with it. For 3 hours, y'all kept my attention. I appreciate y'all. No, I did not watch it live. But to me, the roast, yeah, the roast was this one of the better roasts in the past couple years. Especially when Kevin Hart's a part of it. Like the dude's too quick, man. I don't know why they try to mess with him. I like that. I got two guns. Chelsea, I don't know why he messed with Chelsea. All right. I think I spaced myself away from Baby Reindeer and fucking talking about this podcast. All right, y'all. So we're going to talk about podcasts today. The podcast I've been on, actually. It's been a couple of years I've been on it. I think it's been about maybe a year. We need to change that. It's been about a year or two since I've been on this podcast. Ooh, yeah, we definitely need to change that. But but it's one of my favorite, two of my favorite people. I've been listening to them since I started podcasting. Actually, I ain't gonna lie, they don't know this, but they kind of stole the name of the podcast I want to do, even though they started a year earlier. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I would like to introduce to you guys, if you are new listening to the if you are a loyal listener of the podcast, and you all haven't, heard me do guest spots here, but I would like to talk about Comicast. Yes. Okay, so just gonna give you guys a little thing about me for a second. Yes, I'm narcissistic. I know. I probably said this before. I probably said this on Patreon. I probably said it before here too. But my original name that I wanted to name the Cruising Podcast was Comicast. That was actually one of the last 5 on my little board of my title of the name that I wanted to name this. Comicast was one of them. Just putting it out there. It was one of them until I listened to the Blitz one day. First of all, rest in peace, Fred Fowler. First of all, and when I listened to Fred Fowler and AJ Hoffman and Jung was on there. Okay, sorry, my fault. Let me do this real quick. So Comicast, hosted by Michael Carroll and Jung Lee. Sorry, I'm fucking up names. Yeah, I said it right. Fuck. I'm sorry, John. I know. I'm bad with stuff like this. But um they talk about comic books and comic book anime, sometimes video games, sometimes pop culture things that's going on in life. They have some great guests on there sometimes, like your boy. But mostly they do a rundown of like MCU, DCU, all that cool stuff. And they have fun doing it. Like the first, like I want to say, like the first 10 episodes are like between like first maybe 20 episodes, somewhere around there. Like 10 of those episodes was the final season of Game of Thrones, or was it was the final season of Game of Thrones. And then they just went off to the races on that one. Races, not RACES, not what I'm talking about. But like I said, y'all have also seen Michael Carroll on the Cruising Podcast because we did the Warrior cast when season 3 of the Warrior was coming out, and we were doing breakdowns of the show. So definitely, man, great guys, great entertainment. They are going to be live podcasting also at Comicpalooza this weekend on Sunday the 3rd. I don't know if John's going to be there. I forgot if he said he was or was not, but Michael's going to be there. So definitely go check them out if you guys get a chance. That is Sunday at 3:00. They are very entertaining. Normally they have so during Comicpalooza, normally it's like Michael, John, David, and Jennifer normally do their live podcasts from the stage, but I think John's not here. David decided to move, and I don't know what's going on with Jennifer. Maybe she'll be there. Who knows? I think she's doing pictures there though, for sure. I think for sure doing photography. So if you see anybody walking around, take some pictures. Make sure y'all pose, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No gang signs. We ain't doing gang signs, guys. All right, no gang signs. All right, we're going to keep our hands to ourselves. But seriously though, they are going to be at the Comicpalooza. Go check them out. They're probably gonna be walking around doing all that cool stuff and things like that. So definitely go check them out. By the way, let me go back to my story for a second. So yeah, I was listening to the Blitz with AJ Hoffman and Fred Fowler. Once again, rest in peace, Fred. And John was their producer of the show. And like at the end of the show, they were doing like a little bit of recap and things like that. And at the end you can find us here, blah blah blah. And then, hey John, what's your podcast name again? The fuck was that? Okay. Hey John, what's the name of your podcast again? Oh yeah, man, I'm doing this podcast called Comicast. I was like, fuck. So and that's what happened. That's why we were the Cruising Podcast instead of Comicast, because I almost fucked that up. So we almost had the same name, guys. Twinsies. All right, sorry about that. But I was like, nah, I'm just gonna put my name on it and just live with it. But yeah, go check out Comicast. Actually, I think they're on Apple Podcasts, and I want to say Spotify and things, and pretty much anywhere you find podcast needs for real. Go check them out, leave them a rating, review, all the rest of that cool stuff, and all that, Comicast, and Comicpalooza. Oh yeah. And also, like I told you guys before, go check out Comicpalooza. You guys are going to have an amazing time. I love it every single year. They get bigger and bigger. It's crazy because, like, I think the year before that disease happened, that was the biggest year to me. They had like a whole esports tournament. They had they blocked off a whole entire ballroom to like the ESPN was there. Broadcasting. They had like retro gamings and everything like that. They had like sit down. It was beautiful. It was sorry, my fault. It was a great time. That was probably, I would say that's the biggest year, and they're getting bigger and bigger since the thing happened in 2020. So I mean, like I said, I'll tell you guys this: go check it out. You are going to have an amazing time. I have no reason to lie to you, kind of, but no, I'm joking. I have no reason to lie. I have no reason to lie to you guys. I know I'm kind of glazing them a little bit, but they deserve all of the love that I mean. I love being part of. I love that I'm a part of something that I used to just be a patron part. I used to be a patron for. So now I'm just I'm part of this show, which is awesome. I like it. I'm part of the events, baby. I'm on the schedule. Yay! Sorry, my fault. That was terrible. I'm sorry. And if you see me walking around at Comicpalooza, I'll probably be wearing a Cruising Podcast shirt. I'm probably going to have Cruising Podcast shirts with me, and also cards. We have business cards now. It's beautiful. And also, possibly, if you're listening to this today, and probably say this tomorrow too, and for the rest of the times, I might be previewing something. Just a little, might give y'all a little bit of a taste. Might be a little taste, little taste. But if I do, I'll premiere it at Comicast. Possibly. Still trying to finalize some things, but might got something big. Not big. Ain't that? It was pretty big actually. I mean, if you know what I mean. But no, but seriously though, might have something cool coming. Cool announcement. Not announcement, but a cool thing happening at the podcast. So definitely if you are there at, I'm telling you, 7:00. Be there or be square, baby. It's gonna be a good time. I might even take some questions, man. I might take some questions. What's up? But with that, I like to say, and whenever I get the map down, I want to put a map, circle where I'm going to be, and circle where the other podcasts are going to be. What's crazy is I'm podcasting at the same time as Ming, so I'm definitely not going to have the biggest of crowds, but we're going to try, baby. We're going to get the biggest crowds out there. You already knew, and hopefully. We're going to put this out there too. We're going to put this out in the universe. Hopefully, they're doing medieval times next to me while I'm doing pod. Just put it out there. It'd be great. You know what I mean? Just give me 45 minutes just straight, like, because I wanted to be over there last year. I ain't going to lie to you. Once I heard the stuff clashing together, like the sword hitting the shields and things, like, I wanted to be there. I understood if people left. I completely understood. Even if my own family members said that sounds way better than what's going on with this bumbling fool here, we're gonna go there. All right, so we're gonna go there. We love you, but that sounds cooler. And I would have completely understood. I would have ended everything early. Be like, look, man, we're gonna go and watch over there, guys. Might even podcast over there. Who knows? We might just do a live podcast there. Like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? It was a thought. The thought did go through my mind at one point because it freaked me the fuck out. I was not ready, but. That is the end of the show for today. I was only supposed to really do this for 20 minutes, but I gave almost 40. God, dog. Woo! I know how to talk. But with that, I would like to say where you can find the Cruising Podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, YouTube, and anywhere you can find podcast needs. That's where you can find the Cruising Podcast. Also, where you can find the latest updates to the show is on Instagram at Cruising Podcast, also on Twitter at Nicetown Finance. And please, please, please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and also on Spotify. Please let me know how you are doing. If you aren't already, please follow the show on Spotify. That would be great. Like and subscribe on YouTube. We need to get the numbers up. We up to 101 subscribers. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. We are up there, dog. We're getting there. I know it's like those are rookie numbers. I understand. And I've been in the game for way too long to have rookie numbers right now. But that's cool. You know what I mean? I'm just really starting to get, the YouTube popping and things like that. So hopefully we'll do some big things. So with that, I like to say I love all of y'all. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.